presented by Dr. T.S.V.S. Suryanarayanamurthy, Ganitavadhani and School Assistant Mathematics, ZP Boys High School, Amlapuram, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Koనసీమ District, Andhra Pradesh. Preparation for public examinations. We have 14 chapters in mathematics for 10th class. Those are real numbers, polynomials, pair of linear equations, quadratic equations, arithmetic progressions, triangles, coordinate geometry, introduction to trigonometry, some applications of trigonometry, circles, area related to circles, surface areas and volumes, statistics, and probability. These 14 chapters are important to score 100 out of 100. But according to blueprint and academic standards, we can take some chapters to get 100 out of 100. As per the SSC board, they release a blueprint. Weightage to questions, type of questions in our examination paper are, we have 1 mark questions, 12 questions. Each one carry 1 mark. So 12% is weightage to 1 mark questions. And 2 mark questions are, 8 questions are there. 8 into 2, 16 marks. 4 mark questions are, 8 questions are there. 8 into 4, 32 marks. And 8 marks questions are, 5 questions are there. 5 into 8, 40 marks. We know that there is no choice for 1 mark, 2 mark and 4 mark questions. Only internal choice is in 8 marks questions. That is essay questions. We have to write 5 questions. With internal choice, we have 10 questions. Out of 10, we have to write 5 questions with internal choice. According to academic standards, we have 5 academic standards: problem solving, reasoning and proof, communication, connections, visualization and representation. According to the blueprint, we have 40% weightage to problem solving and 20% weightage to reasoning and proof, 10% for communication, 15% for connections and visualizations, each one 15%. Total 100% weightage for academic standards. Now observe the chapter-wise weightage given by SSC board. In real numbers, there is a 1 mark question and 1 8 mark question. Total score is 9 marks. Observe children, there is no 2 mark questions and 4 marks questions from this chapter. And polynomials, we have 2 1 mark questions, 1 2 mark question, 1 4 mark question. There is no 8 marks question. Total weightage for this chapter is 8 marks. And third chapter, pair of linear equations. For this chapter, 1 1 mark question, 2 8 marks questions. These 2 questions are with internal choice as 33A and 33B. So total we have to answer 9 marks and choice is 8 marks. We have to answer 9 marks. And fourth chapter is quadratic equations. For this chapter, 1 1 mark question, 1 2 mark question, 1 4 mark questions should become in examination. So 7 marks weightage for this chapter. And fifth one is arithmetic progressions. 1 1 mark question, 1 4 mark question and 1 8 marks question. So here is an 8 marks questions you may take as choice question. And sixth chapter is triangles. 1 1 mark question, 1 2 marks question, 1 8 marks question. Total weightage is 11 marks. And seventh chapter is coordinate geometry. Here 1 2 marks question, 1 8 marks question. And 8th one is Introduction to Trigonometry. Here is one 8 marks question, sorry, one 1 mark question, one 2 marks question, and one 4 marks question. 7 marks weightage for this chapter. 9th one is some applications of trigonometry. Here one 1 mark question, one 2 marks question, and one 8 marks question. And 10th one is circles. Here is one 1 mark question, one 2 marks question, one 4 marks question. No 8 marks question from this chapter. 11th one is areas related to circles. Here you observe there is no 1 mark question, no 2 marks question, no 4 marks question. Only one 8 marks question is there. And 12th chapter is surface areas and volumes. Here is one 1 mark question, one 2 marks question, one 4 marks question. There is no 8 marks question. And 13th chapter is statistics. Here is no 1 mark questions and 2 marks questions. Here is one 4 marks question and one 8 marks question. Last one is probability. Here is one 1 mark question, one 4 marks question, and one 8 marks question. Total 100 marks. So we have observed the blueprint. We have to choose some questions from easy chapters for 8 marks questions. Let us see. For 8 marks questions, one question from real numbers, and the choice for this chapter is triangles. Generally, real numbers is easier to triangles. So we pick up and we have to answer one question from real numbers. So we can leave 8 marks question as choice from triangles. And one question from coordinate geometry and areas related to circle. Here also coordinate geometry is easier to areas related to circle. So prepare coordinate geometry and you get 8 marks. One question from probability and the choice is applications of trigonometry. Compared to applications of trigonometry, probability is easiest chapter. So we can answer the question from probability. And one question from statistics and its choice is arithmetic progression. So we have to take from statistics and leave arithmetic progressions. Two questions from linear equations in two variables. This is a graph question. We have to answer one question from linear equations. You can leave one question as choice. So if you concentrate on real numbers, you get one 8 marks question and one 1 mark question. So 8 marks questions you should pick up from this chapter. Similarly, from coordinate geometry, from probability, from statistics, and from linear equations, you pick up one 8 marks question. So then you get 5 8 marks questions, 5 into 8, 40 marks. Now come to 4 marks questions and 2 marks questions. Polynomials. From polynomials, one 8 marks, one 4 marks question. From quadratic equations, one 4 marks question. From introduction to trigonometry, one 4 marks question. From circles, one 4 marks question. From surface areas and volumes, one 4 marks question. And from arithmetic progressions, from one 4 marks question. Similarly, from probability and statistics, each one has one 4 marks questions. So 8 questions from these 8 chapters should come into our examination, in our examination. So concentrate on polynomials, coordinate geometry, because here is polynomials and in 2 marks also polynomials. If you prepare polynomials very well, you get one question for 4 marks and one question for 2 marks and 2 1 mark questions also from this chapter. So it is very easy question. They will give you a graph and ask some questions, that is interpretation of graph. You can answer the questions by observing the graph. Similarly, some values, find the values, like that. Simple questions for 2 marks from polynomials. Again, quadratic equations has 4 marks question and 2 marks question. And introduction to trigonometry has one 4 marks question and 2 mark question. Circles also has one 4 marks question and one 2 marks question. Surface areas and volumes also has one 4 mark question and one 2 marks question. If you concentrate on these 5 chapters, you get 5 into 4, 20 and 5 into 2, 10, 30 marks. Very simple. You have to prepare here only 2 marks and 4 marks questions and 1 mark questions. No need to prepare 8 marks questions from these chapters. Similarly, arithmetic progressions. Here also we are ready to prepare only 4 marks questions and 1 mark questions. No need of prepare for 8 marks questions. So long questions you can leave them for choice questions. And probability also, statistics also. In statistics, they will give a formula, they ask a formula and terms explain in the formula. So similarly, in 2 marks, triangles. So don't worry about triangles because this is 8 marks questions you leave in choice. For 2 marks questions, there are simple questions. You practice simple questions, then you will get 1 mark questions and 2 mark questions also. Coordinate geometry, you prepare already this chapter, you prepare full chapter. That's why there is no doubt about coordinate geometry for 2 marks and 1 mark questions also. In some applications of trigonometry, there is a 2 marks question. They will give a situation and ask you to draw a diagram. So it is very easy to concentrate on these chapters to get full marks, 4 marks and 2 marks. So you have to choose questions which are apt to 4 marks, 2 marks. That's enough. That is better. And 1 mark questions also. So observe that for 1 mark questions, there is no 1 mark questions from coordinate geometry. There is no 1 mark questions from areas related to circle. There is no 1 mark questions from statistics. So concentrate real numbers, polynomials, pair of linear equations, quadratic equations, arithmetic progressions, triangles, introduction to trigonometry, some applications of trigonometry, circles, surface areas and volumes, and probability for 1 mark questions. Already we concentrate on real numbers for 8 marks question, polynomials for 4 marks questions and 2 marks question, pair of linear equations for 8 marks question, and coordinate geometry already we concentrate for 4 marks and 8 marks and 2 marks, and statistics we concentrate for 4 marks and 8 marks, and probability already we concentrate. So children, you concentrate first chapter, second, third chapter, 7th chapter, 13th chapter, 14th chapter for 8 marks questions. These are very easy chapters. First, third, 7th, 13th and 14th. Then automatically they will cover some 1 mark and 2 mark, 4 mark questions also. You keep the point which are 2 marks and 4 marks, considered remaining chapters only you can choose 2 marks and 1 mark and 4 marks questions. You can get 100 out of 100 marks. And one more thing, presentation skills. You need good presentations. Your paper will talk with the examiner. That is a very important point. So to be given 24 pages booklet and draw margin both sides of the paper for especially for mathematics examination. Your answer script should talk. Write question number in the left margin. Write your answer neatly and legibly. Write step by step. Put a formula in a box and draw a box for crucial steps also. Do your rough work on the right side margin. Tag your graph to the booklet at the end of the booklet. So these are the key points and presentation skills. It is very impression. You get good impression from the examiner. Don't rub, don't struck off the answers showing in that first one. If you have a wrong answer, then you immediately struck off like this. Suppose here you observe that mean is equal to L plus sigma Fi Ui by sigma Fi into H. It is a wrong. We put it a box. Don't bother about it. Please struck off single line. And then you write new formula. Mean is equal to A plus sigma Fi Ui by sigma Fi into H. So it is better to present your paper. And time management. 12 minutes for each 8 marks question. You have to answer a 8 mark question within 12 minutes. So 5 questions you have to answer 5 into 12, 60 minutes. After completion of 1 hour, you have to complete all the 8 marks questions. And 6 minutes time for each 4 mark question. So 8 questions you have to answer. So 8 into 6, 48 minutes. And 4 minutes for 2 marks question. It will take 8 into 4, 32 minutes. And 1 minute for each 1 mark question. 12 into 1, 12 minutes. So total time is 60 minutes here, and 48 plus 12, again 60 minutes, 2 hours. This is 32 minutes. 2 hours, 32 minutes is need to complete your paper. After that, before starting this paper, there is a 15 minutes time to read and understand the question paper. You read the question paper thoroughly first. After that, you write the answers. Then, after completion of your, then 2 hours 32 minutes plus 15 minutes. 2 hours 47 minutes time is over at that time. Then review your answer scripts. What answers you wrote on the book, and what answers which are correct or wrong, or do you put all the units like that? Check once again. After that, you have a chance to answer one more choice question. So you answer that. If you have any doubt in writing the 8 marks questions, then answer the choice question for the question. For example, suppose you wrote 29A question. After that, you are reviewing, you have a small doubt about 29A answer. Then you write 29B. If 2 questions are there, the examiner value these 2 questions and take it as grand which one has highest score. That is benefit of students. So all the children try to write like this. And time management for reading. Wake up at 4 o'clock and go to bed at 10 p.m. Allow 2 hours for mathematics and 1.5 hours for each subject. Prepare a timetable at your convenience. Strictly implement the timetable. Avoid TV, cell phone, gossips, functions, parties, movies, and so on. These are avoiding these are to get your destiny in a good manner. Health management. Take at least 3 liters of water per day. Take 6 hours sound sleep. Don't take non-veg up to examinations. Don't take oil foods and fast foods. Take protein food and fruits. We have sound mind in sound body. Dear children, all the best. Thank you.